So I got fired twice this week, and I started with a smile, not because this is funny, but because I've been told by people that I should smile when I start a video. But it's not funny when you get fired, right? So I had one leader. So you guys have heard me talk about David Booz. Yesterday was his last day. He fired me, and Daniel fired me on Monday, or Tuesday. Anyway, I'm not sure which day I got fired. And so now David is a leader. He was second in command at Alluring Glass, and he said all the right things. If you go to a social media post and talked about opportunities, and there's truth to that. But there's also, like, not to pacify myself, it's like when, my belief system is when somebody quits, they fired you, the leader. And so, again, I'm not trying to beat myself up. It's just the reality of the situation. So I don't want to pacify myself and say, well, because, all the bullshit. It's like, okay, so let's take inventory of why they fired you. Why did they fire you, Jerry? They fired you as a leader. And the bottom line is the vision that David and Daniel had for their lives. They didn't believe that they could get there, or they didn't believe they could get there fast enough with my leadership. Whenever somebody leaves your company, they're firing you. And so, again, not to add insult to injury, as they would say, but take inventory of this. I'm taking serious inventory of what could I have done, what should I have done that could have prevented it. I believe that we should fire people, but I don't believe that people should quit. That's, again, I don't want to push my belief systems on you. I'm telling you what I believe, and I talk to my leadership team about, is that I don't want to be surprised that people quit, and I'd rather us fire them because they weren't coachable than for them to quit my leadership. Does that make sense? So, you don't have to believe this, but for me, sharing with my buddies that lead and own businesses, I'm talking to you guys, my friends, is my belief system, Jerry's belief system is that they fired me as a leader because they stopped believing in me to lead them to their goals. They didn't think that I could actually lead them to their goals, or they didn't think I could get them to their goals fast enough, right? Because if I could get them to their goals, then they would have stayed in my charge, right? So again, how do you take it? Now, you can justify it. It's pacification is what it is. I don't have time to pacify myself. And so what I need to do is I need to learn from that. Again, Alluring Glass, we will become known as a company that attracts great talent, that trains great talent, and retains great talent. And the reality is that in that process, I got fired twice this week. And so what do? It's like, fuck. Well, you tell you vent to your buddies, a little bit to my wife, and then you're like, all right, suck it up, buttercup, let's go, right? So let's audit, let's inventory, and let's go again, because that's what we do.